This video is brought to you by our friends at Fitnexa. Today I'm going to show you 5 hidden iPad tips that'll make using your iPad so much better. You know, make it feel new. Hi, my name is Rich and I make easy to follow videos on how to use your iPhone and iPad, without going nuts. I've been digging around a lot lately trying to solve one problem or another, and as I did that, I ran across some features that I kind of knew about and had just forgotten, and then some that I knew nothing about. And to me, none of these are hard to learn, and all of them keep your iPad feeling fresh. So in today's video, I'll show you how to create more screen space on your iPad, how to fix liquid glass with what I call ultra dark mode, a couple of layout tips, how to quickly add lines or grids to an Apple Note, as well as some drawing wizardry, a couple of lock screen tips to keep your iPad looking new. And by the way, I'm using an 11-inch iPad Air running iPad OS 26. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is just how to create more screen space. Of course, you can't make the screen bigger, but there is a setting where you can make things a little smaller on your screen. I was concerned when I first set this up that I might make things too small for my eyes to see, but this actually works pretty good for me, and it may work good for you. So let me show you how to do that. If you go into Settings, and then you go to Display and Brightness, and then you scroll down until you get to Display Zoom. I've got it set to default, but you can tap on More Space like that, and then tap the little check mark and tap on Use More Space, and then it resets your iPad. And now everything is a little bit smaller on the screen, but still easy to read. I love that. It just gives me a little bit more room. And try that out and see if it works for you. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to create what I call ultra dark mode. I actually made a video on this on the iPhone a few weeks ago, and it was a really popular video. But with liquid glass, everything sort of changed, and I've really struggled using it and getting used to it until I found these settings. So let me show you how to put your iPad into ultra dark mode. First, we're going to go into Settings, and then we're going to go down to Display and Brightness where we were a minute ago. And we're going to tap on Liquid Glass right here at the top, and we're going to change it from clear to tinted. And already you can see that makes that a little bit darker. Stuff that's inside a dock looks just a little darker. So the next thing we're going to do after that is going to go back over to Accessibility. And we're going to go to Display and Text Size. I'm going to tap on Show Borders. And if you'll notice immediately, we've got a nice white border around the sidebar over here. We're going to tap Reduce Transparency, and if you notice, everything went a little bit darker. And then we're going to tap on Increase Contrast, and then that just begins to blend it all together. And so now you have something that's just much easier to look at. I'll give you an example. Here you can see a line around the sidebar. Just everything is a little bit easier on the eyes. And it's a lot darker too. And I just think that works well. It certainly works well for things like reminders, stuff like that. You can just see it a little bit easier. But that's a quick and easy way to set your iPad into ultra dark mode. Now is a good time to tell you about today's sponsor, Fitnexa, and their SomniPods 3. When Fitnexa reached out to me, I was really excited about their sleep time noise-canceling earbuds that can actually be worn to bed. I've never had an earbud I could wear while sleeping. Keep in mind, Fitnexa reports that it takes about 3 to 5 nights to find the right fit among its provided mini-sized ear tips, but not for me. I rarely have this kind of luck, but the default ear tips worked perfectly. And hear me when I say this, they are truly comfortable. The earbud tips are silicone, but there's also a soft silicone cover that slides over the SomniPods where the earbuds make contact with your ear. The SomniPods 3 have advanced active noise cancellation, reducing noise up to 42 decibels while filtering out 99% of disruptive noise. And there is so much more to these clever earbuds. But for people like me that often struggle with sleep, the SomniPods are the real deal. Make no mistake about it. You can put these in, and if you sleep on your side like I do, you won't feel them in your ears when laying on your pillow. They are pressure-free. Just a quiet night's sleep. No more listening to your neighbor's dog's bark or your partner snoring. Slipping them in your ear is as easy as inserting the earbuds at a slight angle and then gently rotating until they feel comfortable and secure. There are a number of supplied silicone tips that will fit just about any ear size inside the SomniPod package. The earbuds are stored and charged in a small round case, perfect for traveling. They are charged by USB-C cable, but you will need your own charger. Fitnexa has a companion app for your phone. I downloaded the app and connected the SomniPods via Bluetooth. Time doesn't allow a description of all the things the app can do, but suffice it to say I quickly found a nice ocean sound from the Sleep Sound library, dialed it into play for about an hour, and gently fell asleep. Yes, there are built-in timers. The app also helps to optimize battery life among a host of other features. I use these for sleep, but they are actually pretty good Bluetooth earbud speakers. You can listen to music, watch YouTube videos, and more. But here's the big takeaway. Between an incredibly thin design that allows you to wear these in bed and the active noise cancellation, the SomniPods 3 could be the answer you've been looking for. One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is that a good night's sleep can set the complete tone for the next day. SomniPods 3 will help you get that good night's sleep. If you'd like to learn more about them, be sure to check out the link in the description below. A special thanks to our friends at Fitnexa for their support of this channel. And now back to the video. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is just some layout tips. So let's open up just a few apps. I'll open up the calendar and maybe notes and maybe reminders there too, and we'll just open up say photos, something like that. And now you've got all these things on the screen, but if you go to one of the little stoplights up here and you just tap and hold, you get some choices of how you want things laid out. I happen to have 4 apps laid out. If you tap on that, it just automatically puts them in all 4 corners, and you can see everything at one time. If you close a couple of those, you can also use sort of swiping motion. So if you take an app, we'll take this app, and if you just kind of flick it like that, it goes to split screen, and then you've got a little white line here that you can move it around. But that flicking thing I found doesn't always work. Sometimes I'm flicking and it just doesn't seem to work. But let's say we have it like this. Again, if you just tap and hold on the little stoplights, you can just tap split screen right there and it automatically does it for you. And that's just a handy way to manage your apps on your iPad screen. The next thing I want to show you is just a few things in Apple Notes. So if you open up Apple Notes, I've got it open here, and I'll just tap on New Note, and I'm going to hide the sidebar so we got a little more room here. A lot of times it comes out just like this, but maybe you want lines on there. You can tap on the 3 dots and you can see it goes to lines and grids, and now you can choose what you want. Maybe you want lines on there so that you can use your pencil to write. Well, that's not a good example, but you can use your pencil to write on the lines like you would on a piece of paper, and you can change that anytime you want. Again, you tap on that and go to lines and grids. Maybe you want a grid. Some people like to write on a grid, that kind of thing. I happen to like just lines like a sheet of paper. I'm not sure if you can see that very well on screen, but it just gives you something to write on straight, and that's better than just a blank screen. Now, one other thing that I saw in a YouTube video that was so cool is the ability to get an image into your Apple Note without having to go to Google or something like that and try to find an image. You can actually just draw an image and it will create it for you. So let me show you. So if I take my pencil, and I'm not a very good artist, I'll just draw say a golden retriever and a dog. I'm going to call that a dog. And I'm going to open this up, and if you slide over until you get to this sort of weird looking, almost looks like a pencil eraser, and you tap on that, and then you begin to circle this like that, you'll get a pop-up box down here at the bottom, and you can write what in the box what you were trying to draw. So I'm going to write golden retriever, and then I'm going to just hit the little arrow, and now it will actually create an image of a golden retriever for you like that, and it'll create multiple versions of it. Maybe you like that one better. I kind of like that one. And then to keep that, all you do is just tap the X like that, and now you have a picture, and you can resize it, you can move it around, anything you want to do, but now you've got an image in your notes that you were able to create by just drawing a little bit and then telling it what you were trying to draw. I think that's really cool. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is just a lock screen tip. I've liked to create different lock screens just to keep my iPad looking fresh. If your iPad is open like this and you want to create a new lock screen, you can just drag down from the top like this, and then just sort of tap and hold, and then slide over till you get to the plus. I have a number of different lock screens I've created in here, but I'm going to show you how to create one with a kind of a neat effect. I'm going to hit the plus, and now I'm going to choose photos because I want a photo to be my lock screen. I'm going to choose collections there so I can find what I'm looking for, and I'm going to tap on Cooper. And here's a picture I took with my iPhone 7 of Cooper, and I'm going to use that. And if you'll notice, the clock is actually behind Cooper's head. It's 3D, so to speak, so you can resize it like that if you want. But what really makes this interesting is this little icon down here turns it into a spatial photograph, or sort of a 3D photograph, and if you tap on that and hold it for a second, it'll generate it. So now you can see that the background and Cooper are kind of in 3D. I just think that's really, really cool. And then to save that, you just click Add, like that. We'll set as wallpaper pair. And there you go. You've got it set. You've got a new wallpaper that's kind of in 3D. Apple added that not too long ago, and I just think that's a really cool feature. Give it a try. It'll make your iPad feel new. So what do you think? Were any of these new to you? Or more importantly, were any of these tips useful? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks to our friends at Fitnexa for sponsoring this video, and thanks so much to you for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.